Welcome back to the Gold IRA Blueprint podcast. Now, we like to take deep dives into different companies, and today we're going to be looking at Monument Metals.
Okay.
A lot of you listeners you're nearing retirement or entering retirement and thinking about ways to diversify your portfolio, and gold can be a really great option for that.
Yes, absolutely.
A gold IRA is a great way to do that,
Right.
but choosing the right company can sometimes be a little tricky.
Yeah, for sure.
If you're thinking about opening a gold IRA, you can head over to goldirablueprint.com/exclusive and download our free checklist that'll help you figure out exactly what to look for.
Great resource.
So for this deep dive, we are using our own in-depth review of Monument Metals as the source material. It was published just last month in December of 2024, so there's all the latest information.
Okay.
What I found really fascinating about Monument Metals is that they offer more than just gold. Right, they have a whole range of different precious metals.
Yeah.
They have a really great industry reputation and a couple of quirks that might surprise you. I'm really excited to get into this. So to help us navigate this, I've got our expert here with us today who's ready to break it all down. So let's just start with the basics.
Sure.
What exactly is Monument Metals?
Yeah.
And what makes them stand out in the crowded precious metals market?
Yeah, so Monument Metals is an online dealer that specializes in precious metals. And as you mentioned, not just gold, but silver, platinum, and palladium as well.
What?
They're based in Frederick, Maryland, and their primary focus is really on serving individual investors,
Okay.
like yourselves.
Right.
So they really want to make precious metals accessible to everyone, not just large institutions.
I like that. It kind of feels like they're leveling the playing field a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
You mentioned that they offer a variety of different precious metals, not just gold. And I know in their review that we did, we highlighted silver, platinum, and palladium.
Right.
Why are these other metals gaining traction with investors these days?
Well, investors are realizing that diversification is key.
Mm-hmm.
And that means looking beyond just gold. So silver, for instance, it has a dual role. It's both a precious metal and an industrial metal.
Interesting.
So it's used extensively in electronics and a lot of industrial applications, which means that its value is tied to more than just market sentiment.
Okay.
So platinum and palladium, they're really crucial components in catalytic converters.
Okay.
So the automotive industry is a major driver of demand for those metals.
That makes sense.
So yeah, if you're looking to spread your risk and tap into different market sectors, these other precious metals offer a really great way to do that.
You're not putting all your eggs in one basket, so to speak.
Exactly.
So for someone who is looking to diversify beyond just gold, Monument Metals offers a wider selection.
They do.
So that's really good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get into some of the nuts and bolts of Monument Metals.
Okay.
I know that the review pointed out some definite pros and cons. So what would you say are some of their biggest strengths? What makes them shine?
Well, one of the things that really stands out about Monument Metals is their commitment to competitive pricing.
Okay.
They consistently keep their prices in line with market standards, which ensures that investors are getting a fair deal.
That's crucial, right? You don't want to feel like you're overpaying, especially when you're dealing with something as valuable as precious metals.
For sure.
And I know the review also mentioned they have a really wide selection. It seems like they offer everything from bullion to rare coins.
Yeah, they do.
Is that a significant advantage?
Absolutely. It caters to a wide range of investor profiles. So whether you're interested in, building a core holding of bullion, or if you're a collector looking for specific rare coins, Monument Metals seems to have something for everyone.
Yeah.
And that variety is definitely a plus.
Variety is the spice of life, as they say.
That's right.
But, when you're talking about precious metals, security is a big concern. How does Monument Metals handle that aspect of the business?
Yeah, security is paramount in this industry. And Monument Metals actually excels in this area.
Okay.
So they use tamper-proof packaging, and they provide real-time tracking for all shipments.
Wow.
Which means that you can follow your precious metals every step of the way, and it really gives you peace of mind throughout the entire process.
So you're not left wondering where your investment is or if it's safe.
Right.
That's great.
And in the review, we also highlighted that they have a really knowledgeable staff.
Yes.
How important is that when you're dealing with precious metals?
It's incredibly important, especially for those who are new to investing in precious metals.
Yeah.
It can be a complex world to navigate.
Sure.
But Monument Metals staff are trained to provide guidance and support.
Okay.
So they can help you understand the nuances of different metals,
Hmm.
explain the various investment options, and really answer any questions that you might have, which makes the entire process less intimidating.
It's almost like having a personal guide through the world of precious metals.
That personalized approach can make a big difference for somebody who's maybe hesitant or unsure about taking that first step.
For sure.
So it seems like they're ticking a lot of boxes here.
Yeah.
But let's be honest, no company is perfect.
Right.
What are some areas where Monument Metals might fall short? What are some potential drawbacks that investors should be aware of?
Yeah, you're right. No company is perfect. And one of the main drawbacks that consistently pops up in reviews is their limited payment options.
Okay.
They don't accept the same breadth of payment methods as some of their competitors, which can be inconvenient for some investors.
Yeah, that's definitely something to consider. It could be a potential hurdle for some people. And I believe the review also mentioned that they only ship within the U.S.
That's right.
That's a pretty significant limitation.
Yeah, it is. Especially in today's global market, excluding international buyers shrinks their potential customer base considerably.
Yeah.
It also limits options for U.S.-based investors who might want to store their precious metals overseas for diversification purposes.
Right. That's a good point. It's something to keep in mind depending on, your individual circumstances and investment strategy. So we've talked about the good, the bad, but the big question is, can we trust them? Is Monument Metals as reputable as they claim to be?
Well, they hold an A-plus rating from the Better Business Bureau,
Okay.
which is a strong indicator of trustworthiness.
Mm-hmm.
It suggests that they adhere to ethical business practices and they have a good track record of customer satisfaction.
That's reassuring.
Yeah.
And when you look at the customer reviews, there's a lot of positive feedback.
Yes, there is.
People seem to be genuinely happy with their experience with Monument Metals. The review highlighted comments that praised the quality of the products, the helpfulness of their staff, and their consistent delivery on secure packaging and quick shipping.
Those are all crucial factors.
Yeah.
It's one thing to make promises, but it's another thing entirely to actually deliver on them. And Monument Metals seems to be doing just that. They're building trust and loyalty among their customers.
Absolutely. Reliability is key, especially when you're dealing with something as important as your retirement savings. Of course, it's worth noting that no company is immune to negative reviews.
Right.
Some mention the limited payment options,
Wow.
and a few people experience occasional shipping delays. No system is perfect.
Exactly. There will always be some level of variability in any business.
Sure.
But overall, Monument Metals seems to have a very solid track record with the vast majority of customers expressing satisfaction.
Okay. So they seem to be holding their own in the reputation department. Now, how do they stack up against some of the other big players in the precious metals market? Companies like JM Bullion, APMX, and Provident Metals. How does Monument Metals compare?
That's a good question. Each of those companies has kind of carved out their own niche in the market.
Okay.
So JM Bullion, for example, is known for its vast selection and an incredibly user-friendly website.
Okay.
They're a great choice for investors who value, comprehensive educational resources and a wide variety of products. APMX leans a little bit more towards the collector's market.
Okay. They have a massive range of coins and historical items, which makes them a popular destination for numismatists.
Good.
And then there's Provident Metals,
Yeah.
known for their competitive pricing and diverse selection of bullion and other precious metals.
Okay.
So, Monument Metals, while perhaps not as widely known as those giants, definitely holds its own.
Yeah.
They offer a solid balance of selection, competitive pricing, and strong customer service.
It's interesting to see how they each cater to slightly different needs and preferences within the broader precious metals market. And speaking of navigating that market, especially when it comes to gold IRAs, for anyone listening who feels a little overwhelmed, remember there's a free checklist available at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
Yes.
It's a great resource to help you figure out which company aligns best with your individual needs. But getting back to Monument Metals, what stands out to you about their approach, especially compared to some of these other companies?
What's fascinating about Monument Metals is their focus on individual investors.
You really get the sense that they prioritize building relationships and making the precious metals buying experience as straightforward and accessible as possible. It seems like they're not chasing the same level of volume as some of the bigger players, which allows them to focus on providing more personalized service.
I think that's a valuable distinction. It's like the difference between, a massive department store and local boutique.
Right.
You might get more personal attention and a more curated experience with the latter.
Exactly.
Now, we've talked a lot about gold, But Monument Metals also offers silver, platinum, and palladium.
Mm.
If you were an investor looking to diversify your portfolio beyond gold, which of these other metals would you be most interested in exploring and why?
That's a great question. It really depends on individual investment goals and risk tolerance,
Yeah.
If you're looking for a metal with strong industrial demand and, potential for growth, silver could be an intriguing option.
Okay.
It's used in everything from solar panels to electric vehicles, and its price tends to be more volatile than gold,
Okay.
which could mean greater upside potential.
Gotcha.
On the other hand, if you're looking for a metal that's more of a safe haven asset,
Yeah.
platinum might be worth considering.
Okay.
It's often seen as a store of value during times of economic uncertainty, and it has a long history of use in jewelry and investment.
So it sounds like silver is for those who are comfortable with a bit more risk and, potential for higher rewards, while platinum offers a little bit more stability and acts as a hedge against, economic turmoil.
Exactly.
That makes sense. Now, I know that Monument Metals also offers rare coins.
They do.
What's the appeal there? Is it purely for collectors, or can rare coins be a smart investment strategy as well?
Rare coins can definitely be a smart investment strategy.
Okay.
They offer a tangible asset with historical significance, and their value can appreciate over time. What's interesting is that the rare coin market is somewhat separate from the bullion market, so it can provide another layer of diversification within a precious metals portfolio.
Interesting. So you're not putting all your eggs in one basket.
Right.
However, it's important to note that investing in rare coins requires a certain level of expertise.
Yes, definitely.
You need to understand, grading, authentication, and the nuances of the market.
For sure.
So it's not something to just jump into blindly.
No.
It sounds like you need to do your research and perhaps even consult with an expert before diving into the world of rare coins.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
That's good advice for any investment, really.
Yeah.
Now, circling back to Monument Metals, we've talked about their strengths and weaknesses, their reputation in the market, and the variety of precious metals that they offer. For someone listening who's intrigued by the idea of investing in precious metals, perhaps even rolling over a portion of their retirement savings into a gold IRA, what's the key takeaway here? Why should they consider Monument Metals?
Well, if we connect this back to the bigger picture of retirement planning, Monument Metals offers a compelling option for those seeking to diversify their portfolios and hedge against market volatility.
Yeah.
They combine competitive pricing with a wide selection of precious metals.
Right.
So it caters to both seasoned investors and those who are just starting out.
Okay.
And their commitment to secure shipping and transparent customer service adds an extra layer of reassurance,
Yeah.
especially for those who are new to precious metals.
That's a really great way to put it. They seem to be striking a balance between accessibility and expertise, making precious metals investing, less daunting for the average person.
Right.
And remember, if you are interested in exploring the world of gold IRAs further, you can download a free checklist at goldirablueprint.com/exclusive.
Great resource.
It'll walk you through the key considerations and help you make informed decisions about your retirement savings. So as we wrap up our deep dive into Monument Metals, what's the one thing you hope listeners will take away from this conversation?
I hope listeners will come away with a sense of empowerment. Investing in precious metals, whether it's gold, silver, platinum, or even rare coins, can be a smart way to diversify your portfolio and potentially enhance your long-term financial security. It's not just for the wealthy or the elite.
Right.
Monument Metals, with its focus on individual investors, is making these options more accessible than ever before.
That's a powerful message, and it aligns perfectly with the mission of this podcast to provide you with the knowledge and resources you need to take control of your financial future. So as you continue your journey, remember, knowledge is power. Do your research, ask questions, and never be afraid to seek guidance from trusted sources. And if you ever have any questions about precious metals or investing, you know where to find us. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Monument Metals. Until next time, happy investing.